up guys, I'm Jillian Rogue and welcome to my channel. Now I want you to imagine two creepy ass black-eyed children banging on your door at 3 a.m. Yes, that is what we're going to be talking about today. Now some say it's just an urban legend gone too far, while others testify to their real experiences of terrifying black-eyed children. Now encounters with black-eyed children seem to happen mostly very late at night when an adult is home alone or is driving alone. They will knock at your door or at the window to your car, and most people usually obey and open up, seeing as they are children. That being said, they begin innocent enough, usually asking for a ride home or to come in and use the bathroom or come in and call their parents. Sometimes they are alone, but usually they're in groups or pairs. People say that the first thing they begin to notice when they encounter these children is an overwhelmingly strong sense of fear and dread. The next thing they notice is a very mechanical but also hypnotic manner in the way that they speak and their pronunciation of words. They usually keep their eyes looking down, or it's too dark to see their face clearly, but when the person does finally see their face, they notice that their eyes are totally black. Their pitch black eyes only induce more panic, and it's said that they have an hypnotic and influential quality of their own. When refused, the children become forceful, demand entry, and insist that they can only come in if invited. Next, if the person shuts the door, they typically vanish with no trace. Most sightings and reports are from people who did not let them in. However, there are a few sightings and reports from people who did. One report comes from a woman who lives in the rural area of Vermont. One night at 2 a.m. in the middle of a snowstorm, she was woken up by a loud banging outside of her door. She looked out the window and saw a trail of footprints going from the road to her house, so she quickly woke up her husband and told him what was going on. When her husband opened the door, two children, a boy and a girl, both about 8 years old, were waiting outside. She said that they dressed in an odd fashion and both had strange haircuts. They avoided eye contact, and although she sensed something was off, because they were children, she invited them in out of the cold. They claimed that their parents would be there soon, and they spoke in a very sing-songy voice. They went into the kitchen to fix hot drinks for the children when her husband became overcome with dizziness but insisted that he was okay. Upon giving the children their drinks is when they finally saw the black eyes, and absolute terror washed over them. Sensing their fear, the children got up and asked to use the bathroom, and once they left, the power cut out and her husband's nose began to bleed. Then the children appeared and said that their parents had arrived and walked outside. When the woman looked outside, she saw two tall men, both in black suits, waiting next to a black vehicle. Over the next few months, her husband's nosebleeds got progressively worse until he was diagnosed with a very aggressive form of skin cancer that's commonly associated with radiation. At the time of writing her account, she was experiencing nosebleeds and dizziness as well. For the believers, there are several theories about these children, and one of the most prominent is aliens. For those that let the children in, one common factor is that they all seem to get very sick afterwards, consistent with the consequences of radioactive exposure. This aligns with the side effects of close encounters with UFOs. The black-eyed kids are also very similar to the Greys in that they both have oil black eyes, pale skin, and a hypnotic quality about them. Because of this, many people think that they are alien-human hybrids, and also many people think that they might be an experiment done by the Greys to help assimilate with mankind. Many abductees say that they saw black-eyed children aboard UFOs and were also told that they were the children of the future. However, this does not account for their insistence on invitation, but some think that could be the aliens' attempt at mimicking human etiquette. But that does lead other people to believe that there are ghosts, demons, and even vampires. Now, many of these reports seem to stem from creepypastas, but some do seem a little convincing. One of the earliest known testimonies is from a journalist named Brian Bethel in 1997. He said he was out late one night depositing a check in a drop box when two young boys knocked on his window and said that they were out late trying to see a film, but they forgot their money at home and asked if he could give them a ride. He was very unnerved at their appearance, but once he saw their black eyes, fear washed over him. He refused, and the children became increasingly forceful until he drove away. However, previous to posting his account with the black-eyed kids, he was posting questions theorizing whether or not it was possible to create an apparition based on imagination alone, and that makes his account very questionable. Now, like I said, personally, I think a lot of this is just due to creepypastas, but there is some history behind it that, when mixed with certain accounts, does make it a little creepy. Black-eyed beings have been in folklore for centuries, which also adds different angles to this whole phenomenon. However, because of the lack of proof and the fact that most people who have reported this have been anonymous, most people are still unconvinced. Still, the thought of black-eyed children knocking at your door, demanding to be let in at 3 a.m. when you're home alone is a little creepy. So I ask you, are these black-eyed creepers a real occurrence or just a creepypasta or urban legend gone wrong? You decide. And I swear to God, if one of those creepy bastards shows up at my door, I am hitting them in the nuts with a baseball bat. Alright guys, that's all I have for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It was fun to make, although while researching at 3 in the morning, it did creep me out quite a bit. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I would love to know, did it creep you out? Do you believe in it? Do you think it's just creepypasta or urban legend? Let me know. And as always, please remember to subscribe and turn on the notification bell down below to see more weird and creepy shit by me. Alright, all my little poop kings and queens, I will see you later.